So here's a quick breakfast on why you must come to our Global Investors Inner Circle breakfasts. Well, the bottom line is most South Africans know why they need to invest offshore, but they're not sure on the how or the what. They understand what the concept of a global citizen is, but they don't know how to become one. And so our challenge was to put a mastermind together where people could come together. They could assemble and associate with other global citizens, and they could discuss, they could debate, and ultimately they could learn what it is to be able to be a global citizen, how to be a global citizen, and most importantly, why to be a global citizen. If you come to these breakfasts next week, I, Scott Picken, someone who's helped over 2,400 South Africans invest internationally, will show you how I became a global citizen, and I started at the age of 22. I'm going to answer for you 18 different questions, and these are the things that you'll get from coming to the breakfast. The first one is that you'll be able to ask any questions. This is not a one-way transaction. It is a mastermind. It is a discussion. And so you can ask anything you want. One of our 3 core values is transparency. The second thing is that I will talk about what it is to become a global citizen. I'll explain how I started at 22, what I learned from my father, what I learned from my uncle, and how I achieved it in my mid-30s. We will also explain to you how to get a strategy. Where do you invest in the world? Do you invest in England, America, Australia? Do you invest in residential? Do you invest in commercial? Do you invest in Atlanta or Los Angeles or Brisbane or Sydney? Or to be honest, do you invest in Zimbabwe? We have a strategy. We have a systematic and scientific way of investing around the world. I have a book, Property Going Global, which was endorsed by Clem Sunter. And we will share people what is actually happening, what are the strategies, what is the research telling us, and where should you invest. We'll also share with you how Dr. Dolf de Roos, one of the most respected people in the world, will teach you about our GID system and how to invest and where to invest, why to invest, and most importantly, the timing of what to do when you invest. We'll also give you access to some of the best deal flow globally. You know, my chairman and co-founder, Henny Besaidnout, has an incredible way to get access to incredible deals in England, Australia, and America, and in Africa, by the way. And we'll show you how we do that and how you can access it with as little as $10,000. We'll show you the step-by-step process on how to invest, the costs involved, and most importantly, the returns. We'll also show you the difference between a REIT, a syndication, and what we do, and why they're fundamentally different. We'll have interactive sessions where other investors who invested with us, my friends and my partners, what we call our wealth partners, will be present, and you can ask them what worked, what didn't, and what lessons they learned. We'll talk about tax, compliance, structuring, and management. Most people think that buying a property is only about buying the property. That's 20%. All the other stuff is 80%. We'll teach you how to protect your wealth globally and strategies that you can be compliant, not only in South Africa, but globally with everything that's happening around the world when it comes to tax havens, moving money legally, and compliance. And if you're wealthy in South Africa, you have to know what we're talking about, because over the next 6 months, it's going to have a dramatic impact on your wealth. We want to teach you how to live in South Africa as a global citizen and yet own first world assets and a first world income. And that will provide you the freedom so that you can make the decisions you want. We want to teach you how to send your children to whatever university you want, whether it's UCT in Cape Town or whether it's Harvard University, it doesn't matter. Oxford, Cambridge. We want to teach you how we've done it and what we've learned from other global citizens around the world. We want to teach you how ultimately the wealthiest people in the world are investing in direct property versus the difference between direct property and funds and REITs. But we want to teach you how to do it. Most people don't know how to. We're going to show you and teach you how. We want to give you RAND predictions on what is actually happening. We want to teach you how to create leverage on your current great quality South African assets without even selling them, how you can get liquidity in them and ultimately take some of that asset value and invest it overseas. We want to teach you how by following a strategy that we've worked with our clients and people actually doing it, including my partners, they've invested and within 5 years, they've been able to immigrate to Australia or America should they want to. We want to teach you what makes us different. A lot of people out there at the moment are trying to sell houses and sometimes even commercial property to South Africans. We're going to teach you why Wealth Migrate and IPS is different and what impact that'll have on your life. We want to teach you about what junk status means and how actually I have created a strategy in my life. Hilda Lunderstead, Henny Besaidnout, and many of my partners have created the same strategy. The junk status means nothing to us. It doesn't keep us awake at night, and we want to share with you those strategies. I want to teach you about technology and how technology has enabled this global citizenship, how it has made it so much easier, how you can live where you want to and yet be a global citizen with a global business and a global asset base. And then lastly, we want to talk to you about what's happening with the FSB, the African Crowdfunding Association, and the work that we're doing in the regulatory environment to bring technology, to bring crowdfunding, to bring fintech to Africa. We are already doing it on 5 continents. We passionately are South African, but we are a global company. And we want to share with you about what you need to know, how it's happening, and most importantly, how it can benefit you. So as a South African, I say to you, you cannot afford not to come to these masterminds. Come and get the knowledge. Even if you don't invest, and that's not a requirement, for us the mastermind is about sharing the knowledge, it's about learning. But at least you make educated and informed decisions. Last year, the Rand lost 34% against the US dollar. It has a material impact on your wealth and your family's future wealth. You need to have strategies in place, but don't start from scratch. Learn from people that are already doing it. Come and be part of our global investor breakfast, our inner circle as we call it, and come and mastermind with other global citizens. I look forward to seeing you in Pretoria on Monday, Joburg on Tuesday, Durban on Wednesday, and Thursday it's Cape Town. And for our wealth partners, our VIP investors, I look forward to seeing you at our wealth partner dinners on Monday night in Joburg, in Durban on Tuesday, and in Cape Town on Wednesday. It's going to be an amazing week. Don't miss out. Scott Picken coming live from Teeson Island, Knysna. This is me. I'm a global citizen. I choose to live here. I want to share that with you. Cheers.